Despite a couple of meetings with Prime Minister Trudeau and other provincial leaders to talk about negotiations with President-elect Donald Trump over border security and possible tariffs, Ontario Premier Doug Ford continues to go it alone and separate himself from others.
You know, if it comes to Alberta or Quebec, that's their choice. They believe in diplomacy, good luck. Alberta has a surplus of, $130 billion in oil and gas, and that's their, God bless them, good for them.
All the talk of a Team Canada approach to counter possible tariffs from U.S. President-elect Trump, and Premier Doug Ford says he speaks for Ontario and not the rest of the country. Friday, he once again said cutting electricity supply to northern states was one of the measures he would consider as a last resort. Another possibility, banning the LCBO from purchasing American-made alcohol.
We'll use every tool in our toolbox, as we put a tariff on bourbon last time. LCBO is one of the largest purchasers of alcohol in the entire world. But I'd prefer not to do any of this. I'd prefer to make a deal. As I mentioned, there's two areas that we can move this forward a lot quicker. Making sure we secure our borders, it's absolutely essential. And secondly, make sure that we hit our 2% commitment to NATO.
Other premiers from across the country have distanced themselves from Ford's threats by not making any themselves. All seem to be on the same page, however, with the federal government when it comes to beefing up security along the Canada-U.S. border.
For a Canadian response to be strong and effective, Canada needs to be united. And that's why we need to have good ongoing conversations with the premiers of provinces and territories. The ultimate response we come up with needs to be one that all of our country stands behind.
And yet Premier Ford, with a sense of pride almost, was pleased that he managed to prompt a reply from Trump. The president-elect saying, quote, "That's okay if he does that," while speaking with American media.
Well, what you didn't hear on the tapes after, he says, "I really want to make a deal with Canada." That's the first time he's ever said that. And I respect the position he's coming from. I'm sure he respects the position we're coming from.
Public Safety Minister Dominic LeBlanc saying today, while in Eastern Canada, that he doesn't feel that people should confuse the odd public comment with that Team Canada approach. Going on to say, quote, "I don't think Canadians would be very forgiving if their politicians weren't trying to work on the national interest together." Mark McAllister, City News.